Hey, what's going on, guys? The Front Three is finally back for Transfer News Weekly. Yes, we're starting it a little bit early. Apologize if there's a noise in the background. Someone's calling me. Just ignore that right now. We have a new addition, obviously, new co-host, Cookie. So if you guys want to welcome him, leave him comments, tweet him, and all that good stuff. And of course, Cookie, where can we find you?
Arsenal Fan TV. Have done quite a lot of work for them over the previous season. Not doing so much there now. Got my own channel, AFC Game by Game, which admittedly has got a bit quiet, but probably I'm most active on Twitter now at simplycookie_. So follow me on there. And over the summer, it's a long summer, so I'll be sure to get some new videos out at some point.
Excellent. So yeah, basically we'll try to do this weekly. Once things get back to going kind of normal with the season kicking on, the World Cup ending, things should be pushing out. More things will be coming. Expect an update video probably next month or probably the beginning of September. But anyways, let's get to the main reason why we're all here, and we'll start with Luis Suarez. 75 million, was it pounds, I believe, for Uruguayan striker from Liverpool. The fees agreed. It's believed to be 5 years. And Cookie, is it enough? Is it too little? I'm kind of comparing it to Bale. Is it?
Um,
eh,
Considering his age and considering the controversies that he's had in the past, it could be argued that it could be too much. But for a player of his quality, as much of the controversy that surrounds him, but looking at all his attributes and the player qualities individually, he is an exceptional player, and probably in the long run, he's going to be worth every single penny of that for Barcelona. He's going to be crucial to their team. It's just kind of working out how he's going to fit into that complex of Messi, Neymar, and now Suarez. I mean, who's going to play where? And it's kind of weird to think that he's going to be like, the third limelight at the club. You got to look at it
yeah.
as if Messi is the big one, Neymar is second, and now Suarez is going to be third. And I honestly think Barcelona need to improve in areas such as defence mainly, as well as in midfield after they've lost players such as Fabregas and of course Alexis Sanchez. But no doubt this is a quality addition to their team. They're going to have so many goals next season, and it would kind of be unacceptable if they weren't able to lift the trophy with that team.
Yeah, like I guess everyone kind of figured this would happen sooner rather than later. And with Liverpool having that much, we'll get onto them in a bit. If you want to tweet us, this is only going to be about a 10 to 15-minute show probably. We'll do this obviously once a week. We'll try. So if you want to tweet us at TheFrontThree and use the hashtag TFTLive. It should be all caps lock, and that way we'll see it better. And yes, we'll be talking about Southampton. I'm just replying to a tweet right now. But let's get on to Cookie's favorite club, Arsenal. Alexis Sanchez has signed for Arsenal from FC Barcelona. I'm not going to say Barcelona, is it? Whatever. Anyways, I'm not going to say it like the Spanish do. But yes, he has finally joined. Very much speculated, and Cookie must be overwhelmed and overly overjoyed, really.
Yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic with this sign. To think in the past 2 years we've won the FA Cup, signed Mesut Ozil. Now we're moving on to Alexis Sanchez. To get him for 27.5 million as well was a bargain in itself. So Wenger has done some exceptional business there, as well as money that we've got from the Fabregas deal. I think we've got 5 million there and another 10 million by removing the clause in Carlos Vela's contract. So in effect, we've only really got Sanchez for 12.5 million, which is an absolutely amazing purchase. And this guy, 25 years old, he's going to last absolutely forever for us. He's going to work really well alongside the likes of Mesut Ozil. Ozil was the kind of player that needs runners, and now he's going to have Sanchez, Walcott, Chamberlain, even Campbell coming back into the team, which is going to be a massive lift to the squad. So I honestly can't wait to see him playing, and it can be debatable where he's going to play. Is he going to fill in for Giroud in that striking role? Personally, I'd like to see us get someone like Remy in to fill that void. Because last season we overplayed Giroud, and I would just love to see him get a rest, get the best out of all our players, really. And I think we can only really do that with significant rotation. And relating back to Sanchez, I think maybe he could be deployed on the left or right wing. I mean, Walcott, I think he's out till mid-September or October, so it could be interesting to see where he starts the season and how he'll continue to play throughout. But no doubt he is a quality addition to the team, and hopefully we'll see the best out of him.
Yeah, so we'll keep with Arsenal right now. Mathieu Debuchy, what's the news on that? When's he, if he's going to join, when, and really, what do you think he can offer to Arsenal?
Well, obviously losing Bakary Sagna is, I wouldn't say it's a massive blow. He's 31 years old. He's gone
Yeah,
to
the City
City.
too.
Yeah, I think that's more of a financial move. Though. I think he's thinking that I'm in the final stage of my career. I want to milk this as much as possible. I want to get like 150 grand a week, which he's getting there. And you kind of got to say fair play to the guy. I mean, I totally don't respect his decision to go there. I think he's being, he's honoured his contract, fair enough. But to go to a title rival, that annoys me a bit. He's going to be the understudy to Zabaleta, but when you put things into perspective and see that he's going there and getting 150 grand a week, you know, that's mad money, and you kind of think, how can he refuse that? But yeah, like I said, I don't really respect his decision to go to a title rival, but Debuchy, I think you got to look at this in the long run. Debuchy is soon to be 29 years old. He will last us for a good 2-3 seasons, and I think the thinking is that we're going to get this guy Manquillo in on loan from Atletico Madrid to fill in for Jenkinson, who supposedly is going to go on loan somewhere, which I think would be a really sensible move because Jenkinson will come back after having vital Premier League experience. Debuchy, he'll last us, like I said, 2 or 3 seasons. Then Jenkinson will be able to come in and hopefully be our first choice right back, which I think a lot of Arsenal fans want. And I think he himself will definitely want. And I think the only way he's going to get at is not by sitting on the bench, but by playing quality Premier League football. I think he'd do really well at a club like West Ham, QPR in the Premier League, and yeah, that'll bring the best out of him. But Debuchy, I think from what I've heard, I'm not an in the know person by all means, but I think he he hasn't signed the contract yet because I think Newcastle want to get in a solid replacement before they let him go. I know they're looking at a couple of people, but which totally makes sense. We're in no real rush for Debuchy. I mean, it's over a month till the Premier League campaign starts, but from what I understand, he's had the medical, and all he's got to do is put pen to paper. But that will only be done once Newcastle have got a replacement for him.
Yeah, it's really a perfect kind of transitional players for a couple of years, and really when you look at it, it's ironic because he is replacing a Sagna within the France squad, so I guess it kind of works anyways. But anyways, let's go on to Southampton because quite a few people are asking for that. So really the only probably noticeable thing right now to talk about this week is Dejan Lovren. Obviously the 20 million pound fee from Liverpool, or report I believe, was rejected. He has come out, I believe, earlier this week or late last week saying basically he wouldn't have a problem staying at Southampton if they had ambition and stuff like that. Cookie, do you think he should leave? And really after saying that, you think really he has to leave shortly?
I think he'd look an absolute mug if he didn't leave now. But I think he hasn't shown the utmost respect to Southampton for a professional. I don't think that's how he should be going about his business. He's kind of trying to force his way out of the club. I can kind of understand why he wants to go there. He wants to go to a club who finished second in the league. They're obviously bringing in a whole load of new players. They are a bigger club than Southampton, and he wants to further his career, which you can totally understand. But the way he's going about it, I don't think it's correct. 20 million. I think that's a massively inflated fee. I think he's a quality player. I'd value him more at the 10 to 15 million mark. But
Yeah,
nonetheless,
surely.
if Southampton can get 20 million for him, I think that's a really good deal. Think of all the players they could bring in for that. They've got 25 million for Lallana, 10 million for Lambert, 30 million for Shaw. And if they got his number 20 million, they'd be closing in on a 100 million. 100 million quid,
It's ridiculous to
which would
think
be
it's
crazy.
Southampton.
Who could they buy with that? So I don't think they should be too worried if they sell him, and plus they finished, in the top 10 of the Premier League table, so a lot of players will still want to play for him. Retrospect of how their team is looking now, they've got an intelligent manager. I think they can certainly bring in some good players before the transfer window slams shut and before the Premier League season starts. And of course, they're well renowned for their youth players, and I'm sure they've got loads more in the ranks as Ward-Prowse, Nathaniel Klein. He's a quality player as well. So I wouldn't be too worried if I was a Southampton fan because I think the future does look pretty bright for you. But if things were to stay as they were, you'd kind of have them down as relegation candidates.
And just it kind of annoys me when people say Southampton's just gonna be relegated or something like that. Now they still have a fantastic squad, like you said. It gives those younger players kind of that more responsibility, and really, you know what? They didn't even really technically produce Lallana, so they can probably produce him again. And obviously, they bought a replacement. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. I am not good with any of the names in that way at all. who should we go on to now? Let's go to Chelsea right now. Let's go to Diego Costa. Was obviously announced. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? But Cookie, you do have some kind of rumor about him, and if you want to share that with everybody.
Yeah, just to clarify, this is a massive rumor I've heard. Don't know if there's any truth in it whatsoever, but I've heard that he's trying to back out of his move to Chelsea. He wants to stay at Atletico, which obviously isn't going to happen now, considering that they've brought in Mario Mandzukic. But you know, Chelsea are a really confusing club to me. I mean, the players they're bringing in, Diego Costa, totally understandable. I mean, up front they have had massive problems with Torres, Etu, Bar, etc. And they're three quality strikers, but they haven't done well at their club. Diego Costa, given his World Cup, I don't think he's going to be moving to Chelsea with the utmost confidence. I mean, he has won the La Liga with Atletico, and he's a Champions League runner-up, so no denying his quality really. But after seeing him in the World Cup, he's not a player that arguably I've closely watched, but during the World Cup, he failed to score. Spain didn't do well themselves, to be honest, so I don't think we can heap him with too much criticism. But it'd be really interesting to see how he'd work in that Chelsea side. I mean, Chelsea strike me as a team that would use a powerful, pacey striker. Diego Costa doesn't strike me as someone overly pacey. I know he's got power and strength and he can finish, but you know, I don't think he'll have a great season. I think he could be looking at the 10 to 15 goal mark. I mean, he does strike me as a very Giroud-like type character in his physique and ability, but you know, that's only like I can only judge him really when the Premier League has actually started and when he's in and around those Chelsea players.
Yeah, so we'll go down to the Championship right now. We like to try to get a little bit of variety. Hopefully, maybe I probably won't mention any League One, League Two stuff this time around. But remember, if you do want to get involved, you can leave suggestions and all that kind of stuff, thoughts in the comments. They will be read out at the end. You can also tweet us at TheFrontThree. Follow us all on there. Tweet every couple of days, stuff like that. But we will go to Ross McCormack. £11 million from Leeds to Fulham. Cookie, is he worth it? Is it too much? Is it just amount? Like I just don't understand.
It's a crazy fee for a Championship player. It's
But
mental.
he does score goals for fun. To be fair,
Yeah, in the Championship. I mean, is he the kind of? It's fair play to Fulham. They're buying one of the best players in the Championship for an overly inflated price. But that is the transfer market nowadays, and could he prove to be, you know, the epitome between whether Fulham go up or stay in the Championship? I mean, Fulham, I still think they've got a fairly decent side. It's just Felix Magath really needs to sort things out there, and I'm confident they'll go back up. They're one of the biggest teams in that league now. And McCormack, you know, I can't say I know a lot about the guy, but he does score goals. I know that for a fact. And if he'll work in Fulham's system, remains to be seen. But I think he'll do well there. I just think his price is a tad too heavy.
Yeah, just I don't know. Like I guess they kind of have to make that statement, but it makes me wonder. They did have Mitroglou, but obviously that wasn't under Magath, so you gotta kind of wonder there. And he's supposed to be loaned out to is it Bekastas or something? Yeah, something like that in Turkey. So I'm sure he'll be gone, and that kind of makes sense after that. Let's read out a few here. We won't really comment. I'll just read them out. Obviously, Villa have signed Kieran Richardson. Woohoo! I don't really care about that, to be honest. It's a very underwhelming statement.
You like Joe Cole as well.
Oh God! Don't even get me on there.
Going the right way about getting relegated.
They want, quote unquote, they want experienced players, but I think he's ready to retire. Honestly,
Okay.
Yeah, in the Championship, Charlton have signed Tel Benham from, I believe, I can't remember where he was last year, but I guess Harry Redknapp's not going to bring back his favorite player once again. And just kind of rounding it out, Newcastle United are confident of signing AS Monaco striker Emmanuel Riviere, as well as Stoke City want Barcelona striker Bojan, are hoping to get the loan done within the next few days. And that's been about the 15-minute show right there. So we'll wrap it up here. I'll check for any tweets and anything right now. Just people saying they really enjoyed the show, and that's great to hear. Let us know what you think. This should be, cross your fingers, probably on the weekends, probably Saturday or Sunday to round out the week. But yeah, really great response from you guys, over 30 viewers, which is fantastic to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and all that stuff. Share this around with all your friends. Find us on Google Plus at www.google. I think it's Google Plus / the front three with our own URL right now. But anyways, guys, we'll see you later. Cookie and I have enjoyed our time here. Let's see, hopefully, some more transfers and kick on the end of the World Cup tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow or next week.